What is going on, everybody? How you all doing out there? I hope this video is finding you well. Welcome or welcome back to Get Right On In. My name is Andrew, for those of you who do not know, and today I'm just going to be going over the third week of the Olympic Games Readathon. What I read, what I'm still reading, what I plan to read next, as well as where Team Aries currently sits on the ranking. With all of that out of the way now, without further ado, let's get right on in. Okay, well first up, before I really talk about what I have read, I would like to just thank Miss Evie from She Was Only Evie for gifting me with Peace in Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. Just showed up on my front doorstep the other day and it's been on my wish list for a while, so I'm really excited about this. We all should know who Elliot Brooks is by now, but if you don't, I will have her channel linked down in the description box because she's one of the biggest booktubers out there and we all love her so much. I am very excited about the opportunity to read this book, even though I do not know when I will get around to it, especially because my birthday haul this year was kind of wild. But thank you so much to Evie for gifting me this. I have no idea what it's really about, just because anyone who knows me knows that I try to go in as blind as possible to books, so we'll see what I think about this when I get to it. As far as what I finished reading this week, I finally finished up The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. It was okay to me. I think I gave it like a 3.5 or a 3.75 out of 5 when I was finally finished with it. I definitely preferred the Poppy War over this one, for sure, no question. This one, it took a little bit of time for it to pick up for me. The first half of the book felt really sluggish and really kind of dragged on, and I think a lot of this book to me suffered from like the sophomore slump, the book 2 slump. I'm just nervous, I guess, moving forward into The Burning God because I've heard so many negative things about Rin, and I just saw so many negative things with Rin in this book that there were some times when it was like, wow, you're really just like, you're being annoying like that, okay? So I'm a little bit nervous to move on, but I definitely will be moving on into The Burning God. Maybe not this month, but especially because I have it thanks to Sharon. I will definitely at least finish the series to see what happens with it all, but I am a little bit nervous about it going forward just because if she's harder to read in the third book than she was in the second book, then I'm just not really sure how I'm gonna feel about it, but I'm not gonna know until I actually get there. So for now, this one was just kind of okay for me. I definitely preferred the Poppy War, like I said. I don't know how it's gonna go from here, but at least now I have finished the Aries prompt for my team, so I got double the points for this, but that is all I am going to say about this book. Next up, as to what I am still currently reading, I actually started the Wizard and Glass audiobook, which is the 4th book in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I also read the 3rd book on audio for this readathon this month, so this Wizard and Glass one is fitting under the travel/quest prompt, just because there is some travel with Blaine the Mono and going to Magus or whatever city it is that they are talking about for the most part. But I love this book so much. I love this series so much, and listening to it on audio has been such a crazy adventure, such a ride. I've loved it so much, especially because, like I have mentioned before, I've read the physical copies of these books twice, so listening to it being told to me is definitely a lot of a different experience that I love. I am sad to hear that this is the last book that was read by Frank Muller because he has done such an amazing job on the first 4 books, but from what I understand, he unfortunately passed away before he was able to finish them. It's what I've heard anyway, so I have heard that the next audiobook is a little bit weird because it's an adjustment with a new narrator, so I will have to see how I feel about that because Frank Muller did such an amazing job with what he did do out of these books, so I don't know. I'm still loving Wizard and Glass. I'm a little bit over halfway now. I'm still not going to be able to pick a favorite book out of the Dark Tower series, I don't think, honestly. Like, every time I have gone through this series now, I have felt differently. The first time I would have said The Drawing of the Three. The second time I probably would have said Wizard and Glass. Right now, I liked The Wastelands a lot more than I used to, so I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be able to decide what Dark Tower book is the best one in my opinion, but for now, I still just, I can't. So that's where I'm at on that book, and I will definitely have that finished by the end of the month. And I might start Wolves of the Culla, but I don't know. I might just wait till the readathon is over for that one as well. Next up, I finally started Mistborn. It's just been such a long time coming. I'm a couple hundred pages in already, and I love this book. I don't know why it took me so long to get back into it. I don't know why I was putting it off for so long. I forgot actually about all of the like heisty type feelings in this book. Like it's very like Ocean's 11 in some senses, which I really like a lot, and that's part of what makes it such a fun adventure. So it's been really fun to get back into this with Kelsier and Vin and everyone else in this little series. I haven't met everybody else obviously because I'm only on page 100 and something, but yeah, I finally have gotten back into this book. I will more than likely finish it this week because there's only a couple hundred pages left and it's a really quick read. So hooray for Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. We all know Brando Sando here on the booktube community, and if you don't, I mean, you're really just the one missing out. But as of now, this book was just as good as I remember it being, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of this experience. But I'm mostly just excited to finish this book so I can finally move on to the other ones that I haven't read, so that I can have this as a complete trilogy that I have finally read, that I have been wanting to read for forever. So I'm very excited about moving on with this book, so hopefully in my next week's wrap up I can tell you all about my final thoughts. And once I finish up Mistborn, I am very much planning on moving into Dead Woman Scorned, which is the second book of the Patience of a Dead Man trilogy. I should be able to finish Dead Woman Scorned and Anger is Acid by the end of the month. My goal right now, it's Tuesday. I'm trying to have Mistborn done by Friday, and then I can have these done by then. I have until next Wednesday, so 1 week I have to finish these, and I think that this will be easy to get through because I read The Patience of a Dead Man basically overnight because I just got hooked and went. So if Anger is Acid is anything like that, or if Dead Woman Scorned is anything like that, then I don't know. But Michael Clark, you definitely wrote a good horror book. You've impressed the hell out of Leslie and Sharon, so we still are talking about how good this book is. So I'm certainly excited to move on in this series, and so I cannot wait to tell you all what I think about this, and I cannot wait to watch the interview with Michael Clark on Leslie's channel, which I will also have linked down in the description box for anyone who has read these books or is interested in that author chat, just because I think that that would be so much fun to watch, and I want to learn so much more about this series and where he came from with it, how he decided on all of this, how he crafted it, all of that stuff I know is discussed in that little chat, so I cannot wait to get to that either. And as far as where we sit on the rankings, so I made a tiny mistake and I misreported the amount of people who are actually reporting because I'm bad at math apparently, and I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. We're currently setting on 7th place, but we might supposed to be in 5th place. I'm not really sure. At this current time of recording, I'm trying to work it out, so I probably won't really have an answer until the next week's rankings. But right now, we're sitting in 7th. We're doing a good job, I think. I really, again, I love my team. Everyone is reading their asses off, so it's just been a lot of fun connecting with people, talking about books, reading books for myself. I'm really happy that I'm all caught up now on at least the where I'm supposed to be on my book goal of the year, because I have 50 books on my book goal of the year and I'm moving toward 25, which is right at the halfway mark. I'm still a couple of thousand pages behind my total yearly page goal, but that's fine. I do feel a little bit less stressed about it, especially as I continue on with listening to The Dark Tower on audiobook, because audiobooks definitely make it easier to move forward in how many books you read and how many pages you read. So I am not really that worried about it, and I'm just excited about this readathon because it's been so much fun. I still can't believe there's like 600 people doing it. It's just like such a crazy readathon as compared to the Reindeer Games one in December, but I'm loving every second of it, so I cannot wait for the next one either. What are you all reading out there? If you are taking place in this readathon, how are you doing? Are you having as much fun as I am? Tell me all about the books that you're liking and disliking down in those comments. While you are there, if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would consider giving it a little thumbs up, as well as potentially consider pressing on that little subscribe button to join me on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes on Sundays for bookish and writerly and entertainment-y-esque content just like this. In the meantime, I hope you all have a day just as beautiful as you, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!